season because I don't know if we have a single running back healthy right now. I think Charbonnet did return to the field, but he had a non-contact shoulder injury that we were worried about or monitoring, and out indefinitely turned out to be 2 days. So, oh wow, we have a visitor.
What's up, brother?
Yes.
I saw it popped up on the Zoom. It said iPhone wants to enter the chat. And I thought, what the hell? Let's go for it. And then up pops Nick Bellore.
I know. I need to get a cooler title on my thing. Sorry, I'm on a cell phone here. It's budget cuts.
No, I love it. I love it. Nick, what's up, man? Thanks for joining the show.
It's a nice to be on. A little break from camp. As much as I love camp, it's nice to be sitting in an office and doing a podcast instead.
Yeah, well, you're early. We heard you were going to be late because there was like a walkthrough or something, but you're early, and we appreciate that because, as Lofa says, on time is 5 minutes early.
Oh, absolutely. It's one of
I
our
learned
rules.
that from him. Trying to give you guys a little. I'll give you guys a little
OnlyFans, huh? This is gonna put our ratings through the roof.
I like.
You gotta pay for anything more.
He's got the undershirt on that it looks like you now you cut that yourself. I'm glad you didn't go too far. That half an inch. That is that the ticket?
You get a little trap, you get a little chest hair, and then it does its magic.
Yeah, nice. Hey, speaking of camp, we know you don't have too much time, so I just want to get into it here, Nick. You've been around for forever, like Lofa and I were talking about. Man, you are a vet. But camp is, a lot of times the fans are they're looking at the young guys. Who's impressing you out there, and what do you think of this class of rookies coming in?
It obviously pains me to say, but they are a pretty good class of rookies. Now, we haven't gotten to a road game yet where they have to get food for us, so that's a big test. That's much more important than anything they could possibly do on the field. But they are really good, and there's guys at every position that are really I think making like splash plays. I don't know any of their names because I don't care to learn them quite yet, but
they haven't earned that yet.
No, exactly. But I mean, like yesterday, Derek Hall, the D end outside linebacker, is bull rushing guys, long arming them, and it's like pretty impressive. He's a explosive dude on the edge, which is great to see. And JSN catching the ball all over the place. I mean, it kind of goes on. And even you got undrafted guys that are doing great. Just Christian Young and Pat O'Connell in our room are doing great at linebacker, just kind of learning the stuff, and I get to kind of watch them progress day to day, which is great. But that's quite enough about the rookies, I suppose.
Right on.
Well, then let's let two vets talk. Lofa.
Okay, Nick, year 13? Is it 13 for you?
Yeah.
Holy shit, my man. Well, first of all, congratulations. I only saw 6.5, so you're twice the savage I was.
No.
How much has camp changed since your rookie year back with the Jets to now?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of one of those things that's when you first hear about it, you're like, you roll your eyes because it's like any story from a boomer you hear. It's like, oh, I know we play, we had helmets and no face masks and stuff like that. But I came in, I have to say I had it kind of easy because I came in the lockout year. So that was right when they changed the rule. So there was no two-a-days. So it's kind of been like this, but you know how it like it's unbelievable having camp here, being able to have it at your own facility, which doesn't always happen. Like teams travel to different places and are sleeping in dorm rooms and stuff like that. So a huge thing for us, we have such a nice facility. It's like, you might as well use it. So we're here, which is great. The weather is like perfect. And the coaches take care of us, and an old guy like me, they take care of me. There's really no complaints, but it's gotten like exponentially better year to year to year as things go on, which the coaches would probably say it gets worse and worse and worse every year because they can't quite grind us as hard as they want to. But on the player side, it's really awesome. And I think cutting it down to 3 preseason games is great because you get your work in against other teams, and then you have that extra week before the first game of the season, which is always kind of weird and takes some getting used to. But I think it's nice because you can really kind of start to like hone in on the team you're playing, because a lot of the preseason is getting young guys ready to play in those preseason games. And then, once that's over with, the work begins.
Yeah. Well, speaking of that, and I was saying right before you popped on, I am pissed that you guys haven't played a game yet. Well, what the heck? I'm waiting, man. Like the Hall of Fame game was forever ago, but this Thursday the Vikings coming in, right? And man, I'm just so excited, and you guys got to be excited to get out there and get in front of the 12s again, right?
Yes, very excited to get in front of them. However, I was horrified when I remembered that I actually played on the Jets with the Vikings head coach. So guys, that's kind of matriculating through the locker room. And that is a bad look for me because they already think I'm ancient. And then I was like, yeah, I actually played with Kevin O'Connell so I'm like, I'm sure he loves it because he's like, hey guys, look, I there's guys still playing that I played with. They're like, oh, I've got this cool young head coach. And then the guys look at me and they're like, oh my God, you played with their head coach? That's insane. So I think it works the opposite for both of us. But that was kind of a wild little realization. It was like in the middle of the night. I was like, he was with me my rookie year, or maybe even my second year.
What is the thing what is the most old guy thing you're out of touch with these young guys around there? Like, is there just something they're into that you just have no frame of reference for? Because for me, it's like TikTok and
Nick,
stuff.
Do you
I don't
know how
even
to
know.
Floss?
Yeah, I don't even think they're doing that. Yeah, I would like to think that.
That's like even that shows you young.
Yeah, that's a boomer.
I don't think you're
alert. I know Lofa loves to do that, but no, I'm not on TikTok. They asked me the other day to do some media nonsense with TikTok, and they're like, the trend. I'm like, no.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think. I'd like to think, you guys have talked to me. You see the gear. I think I still got it. I think I'm pretty hip to these young cats. So no, I don't think my cover's been blown too bad yet, but it's a daily struggle. It's way harder than playing football is
well, what about
just stay cool.
Yeah.
Well, just even like, do they get any of the movie references or any kind of jokes that you drop?
Oh, this is good. Yeah. So I had like a little thing in special teams, and I showed like a clip from Goodfellas, The Wire, Sopranos, and American Gangster, and I could tell there's like 5. It's like me, Izzo,
The coaches?
Tracy. It's me and the coaches, and that's half of my. I pride myself on some highbrow jokes from every once in a while, and pretty much it kind of like when I do it in a full meeting room, it's like you hear the coaches in the back laughing. A couple of the older guys might giggle, and then you kind of hear people whispering to themselves. They're like, I have no idea what he's talking about. So
crickets.
Yeah. So that's kind of how it all works. I try the material out of my wife. She says, that's heinous. You can't say that in a meeting. I go, okay, this is going to kill. And then I do it in the meeting and pretty much just get laughs from some of the coaches. And but I'm just playing to my audience.
There you go.
Lofa, do you have any other football stuff before I do silly non-football stuff with Nick?
I understand being a former player, we don't talk about injuries, but there are injuries piling up over there, and our depth is being tested, as I was talking about before you hopped on. Is there anything like the training or getting ready? Has anything changed, or do you think, like, I remember when we played way back in the day, like when you were in college and high school, Holmgren used to make us do 2 live periods a day. And I'd imagine Rex Ryan probably ran a pretty intense camp. Do you think there's anything to that, the correlation? We don't have to talk about anybody's specific injury, but like just the fact that it happens at every team, you're seeing it more and more frequently.
Yeah, I mean, it always kind of tends to happen. I think, getting back into, because you know how it is, you can do all the workouts or whatever you want to do in the off season, but there's nothing quite like getting back out there at practice. I think you're always going to have, there's guys flying around and things happen. And it's just one of those things that, a lot of it's just being unlucky, and they always kind of tend to pile up like around this time, and then guys kind of get acclimated to like the increase. I mean, it's definitely not what it was, but the increase, just running and being out there and stuff, I think, and moving different directions you haven't done in a while, we'll get guys here and there, but I think they do a good job of. Go ahead.
What's your secret then? I mean, 13 just mashing heads for 13 years. What a beast.
I don't know. I mean, I think, it's not like some hardo thing like, these young guys are soft. Like not like us guys, but I think, there's not really that cool of an answer. I mean, I think my working out hard in the off season, helps me stay healthy, knock on wood, but, they obviously take care of me very well here, which is great. And, I'm geriatric now, so they have to kind of do that. They were asking if I wanted a colonoscopy during my physical. I'm like, dude, I'm not quite. Yes, I will do it, but no, I don't think technically I meet the age requirement for it though. But it's one of those things that, I think a lot of it happens in the off season, guys taking care of themselves and they also have to learn like the routine of the older guys, which, you start to, we only get so much time together in the off season. So I think now is a good time that guys can kind of like look over and see, certain guys that stay healthy or whatever and what they do. And hopefully something rubs off on them and they get it.
Yeah, well, you and Bobby. Sorry, Brett. They couldn't have two better examples in that room, or on that team as leaders, and then about how to take care of yourself and get to work and kick ass, man. So I'm excited for the young guys. I hope they're listening to everything you guys say, including the jokes, because the jokes are A1.
Yeah, they got to learn that stuff too.
Well, that was where I was going next. Actually, was to Bobby, because Bobby's back. I'd like to think the Take 12 podcast had something to do with that, with our thank you, Bobby shirts and signs at the last game last year. He
mentioned that. I think, I think he mentioned that he teared up and he mentioned that when he was,
he was talking about it in the locker room, I'm sure, when he came back. But no, Nick, what's it like to have 54 back on the team?
I mean, it's great. It's like, I think I've said it but it's kind of like, everything feels right now. It felt weird not having him here, and there's no real obviously he's a great player and all that stuff, but just day to day in the locker room, in the meeting rooms, it feels like it's like he's where he's supposed to be. And when he wasn't here, it was like, man, it feels like a piece of our team is missing, and to have him back, I think means the world to definitely the defense and the team, and obviously on the field more than anything, but in the locker room, I think it's huge.
Yeah, it was cool to see him out there at camp when producer Katie and I were there. I grabbed a quick selfie with him, and we also got him to sign the official Seahawks yearbook. Him and Tyler Lockett, I think, signed it. We didn't see you out there, Nick, or get that chance. But
Veteran Day? Did he get a Veteran Day?
We are giving that yearbook
from signing. Yeah, I try not to do that. Did Locke try to sell you guys a house?
Not right then, but he did ask me if I was interested in selling mine. Anyway, we are giving away that signed yearbook. If you guys want that, send us an email. We'll enter you in the drawing. Quick reminder about that. Nick, before we get you out of here, I have a silly little game for you. We were talking about the old school. We were talking about some vets. I want to play a game that I'm calling Fullbacks Galore with Nick Bellore, and where I describe an old fullback to you, and let's see if you can guess who this is. Sounds like fun?
Yeah, tons. Yeah.
Let's see if he's a history buff. I gotta go.
All right, wait. Well, let's hit the Wayback Machine. This is an old one. All right. Fullback number 3, born in 1908.
General Custer. I don't know.
6'2", 226. Went to Minnesota, though. So from up north. and played.
He
for
was
the
6'2",
Chicago Bears.
226 back then.
Mhm.
He must have been.
Monster.
He wasn't an offensive lineman.
This might be like the most famous fullback possibly of all time. Chicago Bears, 1930 to 1937. But
Those are the. I was in middle school. How am I supposed to know that?
I'll give you a second to think about it. I'll give you another.
Yeah, no, it's right on the tip of my tongue. I'll come up with it at any second here.
His first name is also the nickname of an NFL team, actually, which is a weird clue.
Who is it? Just say it.
Is it what? I don't know if he played. Is it Bear Bryant?
Who?
Bear Bryant?
Chicago Bears, but it's Bronco Nagurski.
Oh,
Yes. Of course.
How the game is played.
we were so close.
I don't know if I would have gotten that if you gave me 4 weeks. I'm just trying to I'm trying to blaze a new trail as fullbacks. I don't look to the past with this stuff.
Look at the past.
There you go.
Thanks, Nick, for your time on the show, man. We love you. Thanks for stopping by and being a friend, and go kick some ass on Thursday and the rest of the season.
Will do. Thanks for having me on, guys.
Appreciate you, brother.
See you, Lofa.
Dude, Nick is a man.